The first outing with my Jeep Gladiator is long overdue, but the time finally came. Follow along as I log 3 days of solo travel through the Arkansas backcountry along the Trans-America Trail.
Okay, so I'm getting ready to head out from my hometown in kind of Middle Tennessee, heading down to Memphis. I'm gonna take the highway down and then hop off. I can't remember the exact name of the town. I'll try to put it up here on the video, but it's basically where the Arkansas portion of the Trans-America Trail intersects I-40 just off to the southwest of Memphis. So that's kind of where I'm going to start my trip. It's, I think, about 1 o'clock here. So I'm going to head down there, try to get down there before sunset, which is, I think, 4:55 tonight. Hopefully before twilight at least, and kind of set up camp. I got a couple campsites marked off on BLM land down there, so I'm excited. I've been out camping in a while. Haven't been, off-road in a while. Just really haven't had the opportunity. So this is kind of the shakedown trip for the Jeep, and I'm really looking forward to actually getting out there, getting it dirty, and kind of figuring out what still needs to be done. Hopefully not a whole lot, because I've done a lot to it already. But yeah, it should be a good trip. So yeah, ride along. Let's see what's out there, and let's have a good time.
As I entered the wildlife management area, I came up on my first obstacle. The trail that I ID'd on Gaia and satellite imagery prior to heading out was completely overgrown and was blocked off by a barricade just a short way up the trail. Unexpected detours are a part of the game though on a trip like this. After a few minutes on Gaia and my Garmin Overlander, I found a roundabout way that put me back on track.
Alright, so finally made it to camp. A little bit later than expected. It's after 7 o'clock already. Just between things at home, packing up, and issues on the road kind of held me up a little bit. So it seems like a decent campsite, honestly. This is actually a designated campsite in the Mike Freeze Watonsaw National Wildlife Area, I believe it's called. It's a slice of BLM land out here in Arkansas, just off the Trans-America Trail. So the trail's about a mile back that way, down this road right here, this path that kind of leads back into this national area, national wildlife area. So first thing tomorrow, hopefully at first light, I'm gonna get up early and hit the trail heading out west, and see how far I can get. Hopefully I can reach my kind of second designated campsite, but we will see. So for now, just gonna get camp set up, and we'll go from there. This is one of the reasons I love having that 360-degree lighting. Unfortunately, I only got one light on the roof right now because I don't have the front roof rack on, but still great to kind of have the satellite lighting for setting up camp. Just makes seeing things a lot easier. Hey, good morning, guys. Day 2 of the Arkansas Trans-American Trail trip. Just woke up here at camp. It's just after 7 o'clock. I got here last night after dark, so I couldn't really see what I was rolling into. But camp actually turned out to be pretty nice. It's a nice, pretty nice wide open area, very flat area. Just honestly kind of in the middle of nowhere. I mean, there's this kind of small access road right here that runs up towards camp. I think I saw 2 vehicles all night. Actually, I think one person pulled in right behind me trying to camp because they pulled right in and then turned around and left. And then I think I saw a forest kind of service vehicle that drove by sometime, I don't know, I think it was after about 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. But yeah, great site. Again, it's a designated area out here. So there's a lot of great sites to choose from out here, it seems like. So I'm gonna go grab a quick breakfast, probably either some oatmeal or maybe just make some eggs real quick, and we're gonna hit the trail.
I hadn't been on the trail in over a year, not since covering all of Oklahoma, New Mexico, and part of Colorado in the shadow of the Rockies Trail in August of 2019. It was good to be back. With hundreds of miles of trail between me and the Arkansas-Oklahoma border and a timeline to meet, I set off westward toward the outskirts of the Ozark National Forest.
All right, day 2 on the trail. Made it to camp early, actually. I was gonna say on time, but definitely a little bit early. It's about 2:30 right now. I think sunset here is about 4:45, 4:50. So I made it in well before darkness. Kind of looking at my target for tomorrow, camp number 3. It looks a little bit far off. I tried to pick some equidistant spots, but I think I might have underestimated that one a little bit. And it looks like that's on the other side of some switchbacks and you know, some pretty slower moving parts of the Ozark National Forest. So right now I'm right on the edge of the Ozark National Forest. This is Gulf Mountain Wildlife Management Area, another designated kind of camp area. See, there's like a fire ring kind of already set up here. So I was chopping some wood, kind of, you know, from some down trees. There's a big old down tree over there I was kind of hacking at. So Hopefully we'll have a nice big fire tonight, and probably gonna get in bed pretty early, so I can get up a little bit earlier tomorrow just to make sure that I make it to camp number 3 before dark on the other side of Ozark National Forest. So I think I'll set up camp here before too long. Right now I'm just kind of relaxing and enjoying the night. It's a beautiful day. It's about 55 degrees out here, so having a great time. So tire pressure's at about 32 psi. Honestly, I've been running at about street pressure all day, so kind of looking ahead to tomorrow, I figured it'd be a good idea just to go ahead and kind of lower the psi. I'll probably drop down to, I don't know, about 15 to 20 or so, and just kind of feel it out from there. So I love this setup. This is the innovative JK products. Basically compressor setup for the dual compressor. It's got a built-in bleed valve over here, so I have all 4 tires hooked in right now on both the left and right sides. So all you gotta do is pop this guy out and it starts bleeding. Obviously you can't hear me while I'm doing that, but yeah, like I said, I'm probably gonna drop to, we'll take it down to about 20 and just kind of feel it out tomorrow. But I figured I might as well just do it while I have daylight and you know, I don't have much else going on.
Being out in nature, self-sufficient and off-grid, is how I recharge. A crackling fire on a cool winter evening, and the silence and solitude of the forest is just what I needed. Staring into the flames, I reflected on the trip up until now, among other things. I think it's human nature to dig up deep thoughts around a campfire. It just puts you in that state of mind. You ponder things that you otherwise may not have during your typically hectic day. Nights like these are a large part of what makes these trips so worthwhile to me. I had a full day of trails ahead tomorrow, along with some of the best scenery that Arkansas had to offer in the Ozark National Forest. Relaxed and refreshed, I crawled into the tent to bed down for the night. Day 3 out here, just woke up at camp. You can see I already packed up. I got up at about 6:30. It's about 7:15 now, kind of packed up slow. Took a while to roll out of bed because it's pretty chilly this morning. I think it's in about the mid to high 30s. Beautiful sunrise though, so I'm ready to get on the road, hit the trail, and see what the Ozark National Forest has to offer. I had reached the final portions of the trail. I was within 20 miles from my final campsite and only about 60 miles from the end of the Arkansas piece of the Transamerica Trail near Lincoln, Arkansas. While it was by no means difficult to pass with the Gladiator, the terrain did get significantly rougher. It was a nice wake-up call from the hundreds of miles of higher-speed trail that I had navigated earlier in the day. The higher center of gravity from the RSI Smart Cap and the iCamper SkyCamp Mini rooftop tent were definitely noticeable, but all in all, the solid axle Gladiator had no issues crawling down the shelves in 4 low with the sway bar disconnected. After having navigated the rough stretch of trail, and nearly running out of fuel along the way, I made a quick stop in town to grab some gas and air back up the tires before locating camp. I found a great spot only about a quarter of a mile off of the Transamerica Trail. Once there, I got set up for the night. Temperatures were forecast to be in the 20s, with a chance for a rain-snow mix and high winds, so I wanted to make sure that everything was in place well before nightfall. The below-freezing temperatures made a great excuse to have another long fire. That aside, it wouldn't quite be one of my campsites without one anyway, so I got to work chopping up more wood for my last fire on the trail. The night was clear and cool, until around 2 in the morning, when I woke up to rain pelting the top of my tent and 20 to 30 mile per hour winds tugging at my rainfly. Chilly, but reasonably comfortable in my tent and 0-degree bag, I rolled back over to sleep. With less than 30 miles to go until the end of the trail, but a long drive ahead to push towards Colorado to meet the timeline for my holiday vacation, it would be another early day. And with that, the Transamerica Trail through Arkansas came to an unceremonious close. No signs, no stickers, no Velcro patches, no fanfare. Only the satisfaction of knowing that I'm one state closer to completing the whole of the trail. With Oklahoma opening up in front of me and a long way to go before I could rest for the day, it was time to get back on pavement. With roughly 300 miles of trail behind me, Along with over 20 hours of driving, detours, sights, and memories, I left Arkansas on a great note. Thanks for joining me on this journey. I hope you enjoyed it. Until the next adventure, I'll see you all on the trail.